Training for Victory. Coming up next on Pastor Bob's Coffee Break. Love this mug. Run! From Isaiah chapter 40. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. And thank you for joining me, folks. I appreciate it. In my mug today is a little Joe Mama coffee. It's my favorite one. Joe Mama from our HEADBANGERS BREW collection. And this is so good. And of course, it's my mom's favorite too. There you go. We got it in this size. We got the Yo Mama size in 5 pounds, like this one, and K-cups, and a whole lot of different blends too. And folks, all of these mugs, t-shirts, posters, oh my, all of that right here. wearemetal.com. So here's a great question, and I want to spend a little bit of time with this today because I think it's something that all of us struggle with a little bit. Dear Pastor Bob, how do you keep from giving up when life gets difficult? And folks, you all know that we have those days when life just gets difficult, doesn't it? How do you keep from giving up? There are so many things in my life that are going wrong, he says. Every day seems to get worse instead of better. I don't know how much longer I can continue down this road. I know. What do you do when life gets tough? Some of you are sitting there going, I could have written this. Could have written this today. You know, it's not a new thing. You know, people have been struggling with this since the very beginning. The Bible is full of encouragement for days like this or seasons like this. And what do you do with it? So, yesterday, my nephew, Justin, who I'm very proud of, he's 17 years old, really quite a guy. And he works here at the ministry. He is the guy that unloads most of the boxes, and he distributes the food to a lot of the people that come to get food here every week. We serve a lot of different ministries so that we can not just serve a few people, but serve a lot of people through the network. And so this becomes a food hub. And people come to pick up food, and we have a walk-in freezer, walk-in cooler, and so it works for a lot of people, and not just homeless ministries, but ministries with people getting out of prison or going through rehab with drug addiction, and then we're working with families who are taking in children that have been trafficked, and helping them with the food because it costs a lot to do it, and the families, out of the goodness of their hearts, are taking in these children that are highly abused and very difficult things, and we see them here. So we have all of this going on, and Justin is an integral part of it. He's a bodybuilder as well, and I've watched him from the very beginning. Really, he's diligent with things. He's meticulous. He's organized, and he has that staying power. He has a goal, and he's going to make it, you know. And so yesterday, and he's a big guy. I don't mean heavy. I mean, he's about 6'2", 6'3", 17. I know, but he's big, muscular. And because he works out every day for a long time, he's got goals with it. And yesterday he showed me a video, and the video was him bench pressing 315. Now, any of you that do any bench pressing, you know that is amazing. For his age, it's nearly unheard of, seriously. And at the gym that he works out at, he's way up at the top of everybody. I'm kind of proud of him. But he hasn't gotten there overnight. It's been a season, and it's been working at it and training with it, and here he is, and he's very proud of what he's accomplished, and I'm very proud of him. It's a big deal. And so anyway, this comes to mind because that's the kind of thing that it takes. You know, you don't get from here to there when there is, you know, a pretty big monumental task overnight. You train, you get there over a period of time. There's a great scripture here in 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 24. And it says, do you not know that in a race all the runners run? They run their very best to win, but only one receives the prize. Run your race in such a way that you may seize the prize and make it yours. In other words, run better than everybody else. Don't just run to keep up with people, run to lead the pack. Yeah, I like that, don't you? Well, another verse about running is this one. In Isaiah, Old Testament, Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 31. And it is the verse that we have on this particular mug, the run verse. And it says, those who wait for the Lord, who expect him, who look for him, who hope in him, will gain their strength and renew their power. Now, what's going on here? It's waiting and hoping, expecting, looking for. In other words, you know that he's going to be there. And that's what training is all about. You know, you begin with training and you have a goal. And you work hard to reach that goal. Now, I'm sure there must have been many people along the way that said, 315, that's a lot to bench press. Most people never get there. Yeah. But don't let that discourage you. He had a goal, he had a vision, he got there. Those who wait for the Lord, who expect and look and hope with him, will gain new strength and renew their power. They will lift up their wings and rise up close to God like eagles, rising towards the sun. They will run and not become weary. They'll walk and not grow faint. Why? Because they've trained. They have waited, they've hoped, they've looked for, they expect. They're on the path to win it. They're in it to win it, as we say. And folks, that's what it's all about. Run. So when we go through difficult times, you know, difficult times don't last. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. What makes you tough? This makes you tough. When you say, I'm not going to settle for anything else, I'm going to run that race to win. There's a lot of people running the race, but I'm not going to just settle to be one of the runners. I'm going to lead the pack. That's how we run. And folks, don't lose the vision. Don't forget that I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And run. And don't forget, folks, you are blessed. So go and be a blessing. Run and be a blessing.